First of all, down here towards the front of the motorcycle, I have 3 ABS pipes, and I use these pipes to store items that are heavy but are not worth very much. So a prime example is water bottles. If they get stolen, I don't really care about them, but they definitely help to balance out the weight and they free up space in the back. So here's an example. These are attached with metal straps to the crash guards of the motorcycle, but I would say the straps sometimes can snap. Generally speaking, you want to use also another type of strap just as a backup. Moving on, another item in the front is a tank bag. The tank bag is the ideal position for extra weight on the motorcycle. So definitely go as large as you can with it. The one I have is very small, and the only reason I have it is because I got it with the motorcycle from the previous owner. Definitely make sure that you get yourself a waterproof one, because the last thing that you want while you're trying to get somewhere and get stuck in the rain is to worry about the things inside of this bag. Here in the front is a great place to put notes or directions or maps, and on the inside here I have toothbrush and toothpaste, insect repellent, lubricant, tissue paper, flashlight, spoon, a lock, pepper spray, a cup, sunscreen, a lighter, a pen, pocket knife, and a small radio, just in case. Alright, next I will move on to the items on the outside of the duffel bag. Okay, so this white plastic bag is a temporary item that I have. It is actually a gallon of Shell Rotella oil. The only reason that I have this is because within the next 500 miles I have to change the oil, and this is exactly the oil that I like to use for my motorcycle. And so while I had it, I bought it and decided to take it around with me. I have this contraption here made with a carabiner attached to the duffel bag, and also a bungee cord. One of them is attached to the top of this pannier, and the other end was attached to the mounting racket of the pannier. And then I have a strap here, which is also part of the duffel bag. With all these 3 items, this thing doesn't go anywhere. On the other side of the motorcycle, this is another temporary item, and this is because I have I just purchased potatoes from a farmer, and I have an extra water bottle because I just came through an area that was very dry. So if I open this up really quickly, you'll see I have a tarp because it does rain here quite a bit, an extra blanket, my hat, this is the water bottle, and in here are the potatoes that I purchased from the farmer. He's a wonderful man. In the Andean mountains of Colombia, he actually wanted to give them to me for free, and I had to plead with him to take my money. But such is the hospitality of the people of Colombia. So next I will move on to the duffel bag and this blue circular item. Before I start opening up the duffel bag, I'd like to point out to you how the duffel bag is attached to the motorcycle. On both sides of it, it has a strap like this one with a clip at the end, that's like so, and I run it around this part of my motorcycle, and it helps keep it secured in place. I've dropped the motorcycle a couple of times, and this bag doesn't go anywhere. These straps are absolutely the right fit for the function. Another point of this duffel bag is you'll see this part becomes your backrest as you sit on the motorcycle, and it's very good to have things in here that will provide some cushioning so that you can have a comfortable seat on your long rides. Duffel bag also has a lot of attachment points like this. There's a total of 4, 2 on this side, and I've used it here to attach a machete that I purchased in Panama. The machete is great for cutting down coconuts and plantains, because you'll realize in Central America it's very easy to live off of the land. Alright, let's move on. So take apart these clips. This blue item here is a pop-up tent. It's a very simple tent. It's not exactly designed for the rain, but in most of Mexico and Central America the weather is quite temperate, and this thing is ideal in terms of how easy it is to set up and how lightweight it is. Inside of the duffel bag, actually one thing I'd like to show you is this part here is supposed to latch onto this for it to completely close, but as you can see I've exceeded the capacity, but the bag still works great. On the inside I have the items that I access most frequently towards the top. This includes clothes, I have slippers, a shampoo, and the charger to my laptop. And on the bottom I have stuffed inside of the extra bags the items that I don't use as frequently. Let me put this down on the floor and I'll give you a better look. Here to this side I have all the chargers and connector cables to my electronics. On the other end of it I have another bag which is full of the toiletries, deodorant, soap, cotton swabs, and laundry detergent. Then underneath these I have on this end a pink sleeping bag. Then next to it I have a winter jacket and beanie, as you can see here. In the middle I have a bag of spare tire tubes. Next to that I have another bag, and that has the winter thermals, the liners that I wear on the inside to keep me warm. And finally, at the other end of it, I have another bag for camping gear. This is the cocoon to my sleeping bag, emergency blanket, rope, flashlight, snake bite kit, some alcohol, disinfectant gel, another flashlight, and one of the most important items, a sewing kit. Oh, and another pocket knife. The reason why I have all these bags lined up at the bottom of this duffel bag, and I'll show you, these are not necessarily small items like so, is because I wanted to take extra bags with me, and that's my advice to you. Just in case I have more things that I need to take with me, and instead of just putting the bags somewhere, I put the items that I access the least often inside of them and then place them on the bottom of the duffel bag, and that creates a nice flat surface for me to rest my back on, and also keeps things very organized. Alright, and that is the duffel bag. This completes the first part of the video. I'm sorry, the first half of part 1, because if you'll notice, I went through all the items that cannot be locked with a key. After this I will be going through items that have to be accessed specifically with the key. So of the 3 compartments that can be locked down with a key, I will be going through the Jivvy box first. This is called a Jivvy mono key. I specifically have the B46. There are bigger ones, there are smaller ones. This one is big enough to fit 2 helmets inside of it. And these are very common, or top cases in general are very common on motorcycles in Latin America. So even though it looks like an item that has many valuables in it, for some reason people don't suspect that they have anything in them more than just some papers and an extra helmet. In here, I typically keep whatever clothes that I want to put on perhaps later on the trip, such as gloves or the jacket liner. In here, it's protected from the rain and very easy to access. I also have the rain gear packed inside over here. This is both the jacket and the pants, and completely waterproof, and just $10 at Walmart. So definitely recommend that you get yourself a pair, or maybe a different one, but be prepared for the rain. This is a reflective vest, which is required in some countries while riding at night. And here is the money belt. The money belt is what I used to carry with me on my waist, and then over time I realized that there's really no need. It is just as safe, if not safer, in the top case. It has my cash and my passport. This backpack is the bag where I keep my SLR camera. My SLR camera is worth quite a bit, so this top case is the place that is the most protected. In case of a drop, in case of a collision, I would say everything in here somehow magically does not get damaged. This is a backpack with the camera. Whenever I go on a hike or on a tour, that's what I take with me. Underneath it, I have my documents. These are my vehicle permits, my insurance, and so forth, protected inside of another waterproof, sealable bag. This is good to have while you're going through customs at the borders. If it starts to rain, you don't have to worry about it. Your documents will stay dry. I have a notebook here, and underneath here I have a laptop. Now this is a 15-inch laptop. It does not take up the entire bottom of it. Actually, on the other side I have a flash, an attachable flash for my SLR camera. And underneath the laptop I have a mouse and 2 external hard drives. At the beginning of the trip I had one external hard drive here in the top case and the other external hard drive in the tank bag. And within the first week of the trip, the hard drive in the tank bag failed. It completely died on me. And now I have both hard drives in here and they are still working just fine. It really, maybe it is the reduced vibration here on the back of the motorcycle. I don't know what it is, but this is really the ideal place to place all your valuables. The total worth of everything I have is very high, and so I spent the $300-400 to get this GV top case. It was well worth it for me, and I'm very happy that I did that. Next, let me put these things back in here, and I will continue with the panniers on the side. Right, now to continue with the panniers. These panniers are from Happy Trails, but there are also other ones. There are plastic ones, I think by Pelican, and there are also some competitor companies that will sell you very similar items. I believe Jivi also has their own, and you can find all of those in the description, in the website that I have set up for you, which gives you links to all these items as well as the competitors. So right off the bat, you'll notice that I have a bottle that I used to fill up with water and 2 big plastic bags, which are really only used to store food. We got ourselves a visitor. Oh, no, shampoo was supposed to go in the duffel bag. This is the place where I use the extra space to store food, because none of the other items here are toxic or can leak. I have in here 3 books. I definitely recommend the top one. This is Aleph by the same author as The Alchemist. Then I have The Essential Rumi, and then I have a travel book for South America. Next here, I have a bottle of honey. Honey in Central America is definitely an amazing thing. I love stopping on the side of the road to buy it directly from the farmer. This is a little case of hair clippers. And I have another case here, which is a GPS. Yep, I don't use it right now. Then I have here some grease for the chain. Oil. These are the tools that come with the motorcycle. Usually these tools on the KLR, they are located here, but I found that to be too easily accessible. And I didn't want these tools to get stolen because I really do need these in case I have to change the spark plug. Then here I have motorcycle items. This is a chain. I did not need to replace it yet. Perhaps in the future I will. More plastic bags. Then here I have some instruction manuals and another book, U-bolt, lubricant, and a USB 12-volt adapter. And here in the front I have some extra brake fluid in case I need to top up. Here's a case of bolts, batteries, some spare light bulbs for the motorcycle, and lots and lots of fuses. Here I have a torque wrench. Like I said, I'm heavy on the mechanical side, so I've packed a lot of tools with me. Here I have 2 straps, and these are useful. I only have 2 because this is just in case I end up taking the motorcycle on a ferry and need to secure it so that it doesn't fall over. And this last case here is more parts for the motorcycle. I have two spark plugs, 2 oil filters, brake pads, extra front sprocket, some iodine in case I cut myself, raising links, spare levers in case they break, and another USB 12-volt adapter. And here I have a fuel filter. Oh, and I believe I also have the valve shims. Yes, right here. I have valve shims because I changed them back in Mexico. And that's about it. This is just a 12-volt high temperature silicone, which if you're not gonna open up your cylinder head, you won't need that. The case itself, if you noticed, I had 2 of these cases. These fit perfectly inside of these panniers that I have from Happy Trails. These are the Tetons. I bought these for very cheap at Walmart, but they've been great. Organization is key. You will not be able to put nearly as many things into these panniers just by throwing them in there. Get these cases and organize as much as you can. Okay. Next, I will continue with the pannier on the other side. Now for the left side pannier. Before I forget to mention, when packing your panniers, it's good to remember that these are good for the heavier items because they're lower to the ground. And yeah, ideally the heavier items you want to put them either at the bottom and also at the front, towards the front of the motorcycle. Here I have a very cheap motorcycle cover. My motorcycle is a very rare one, so it gets a lot of stairs, and whenever I cover it up, people don't notice it anymore, and I think it also saves me from potential thieves that would be checking out my bike. I have here a set of bungee cords that I purchased from Walmart. When I started the trip, I had 2 spare tires sitting on top of the top case and partially on top of the duffel bag, and I used these bungee cords. I used the red one and the green one on both sides to hold it down, and it worked perfectly. So I will be keeping these for a long time. This is a brush I just purchased to help clean the chain, and this is a can of carb cleaner which a mechanic in Panama recommended for me to clean the chain with. It works quite well. I'm happy with it. These are some more bungee cords. Then here I have some light sticks in case I get stranded and flashlights don't work. I have the DEET repellent. So this is where I'd like to point out why I don't like to put any food in this part of the pannier and on this pannier, because some of these items are cancerous. I have here a quart size container for oil. The KLR 650 does burn a considerable amount of oil, so I like to keep this one with me in case I need to top up. Then wrapped in this towel here, the towel I use to clean the chain, and inside of here is the MSR fuel bottle. This is great in case I run out of fuel. I can put the fuel, some extra fuel to get me a couple more miles into the tank. This is also good for cleaning the chain. Normally I used to use kerosene to clean the chain, but out here gasoline seems to be the way to go, is what I found out from mechanics. And finally, this one works great for camping as well. Let me go through that in just a sec, if I can get this out. This box here is Dragonfly. This is a great item. This is a portable camping stove which runs off of gasoline, specifically from this bottle. The important part are the connecting threads. Together I can heat up food wherever I am. This works great. Those of you who are used to using butane bottles when going camping, I haven't seen butane bottles very often after leaving Mexico, so this is definitely a good way to go, because everywhere in the world where you go with your motorcycle you will find gasoline. So those are these 2 items. Here I have a very simple set for cooking. This is a pot and I suppose if you want to call it a pan, fit it on top of each other. Very cheap from Walmart. And I also packed in some extra matches, wet wipes, a fire starter, and another fire starter, and these will work in the rain. All of these you can find, except for the matches, you can find all of these at Walmart. The matches themselves, I believe, are from REI. Then, one of the very important items that I recommend for everyone to take with them is this slime case. This is a case specifically for motor vehicles, such as motorcycles. It's a kit. It comes with the bottle to seal any punctures in your tire. It comes with a 12-volt electrical connector, and if you don't have a 12-volt out, I believe these are battery tender connectors that you can connect to your battery just to get your tire reinflated. And this itself is the pump. Along with the pump, I have here this gauge which will tell me the pressure inside the tire. It's great. It's a great item to have. I've never needed to use it because I went and had 2mm thick tire tubes installed on my tires. and knock on wood, I haven't had any flats the entire trip. Definitely still good to have a backup. In here I have a travel Spanish book and also the climber. Let me show you. This is the climber manual and also the owner manual. I've used this just when changing the valve shims back in Mexico. Underneath or next to these, I have a big bag of tools. Screwdrivers, tin snips, all kinds of stuff. I would say the tools that I use most frequently are the ones that I need to readjust the chain slack. As you can see here, well, it's on a decline. That's why it's tight here on the bottom. But generally speaking, you want to have some basic tools just in case, and it also saves you a lot of money to change your own oil and so forth. The last item in here, this is another small case that I found at Walmart. Inside of here I have some extra tools. I bought a tool to rethread some threads that I tore. I also have on the sides some CO2 canisters, and this is in case that the electric pump to reinflate my tires fails on me. I will have this one as a backup. Some Loctite, electrical tape, and another heavy duty lock in case I need to leave my motorcycle somewhere and want to run a chain through it and lock it up. And so that's it. The next part of the video will be me putting it back together. And that's it. If you have any questions, please write it down in the comments or send me a message. I'd be happy to make another video for you. And remember to always ride safe, and definitely do everything that you need to prepare and feel comfortably confident in doing this trip. I wish you all the best. Take care. Bye.